Hello and welcome back to the Sensei's Kitchen Top, where we play casual Magic the Gathering and other such games. We're back with another Pauper Commander gameplay video. Zulaport Cutthroat's making a comeback, and we're going up against Akroan Hopolite. I keep an opener of Falconwrath Noble, Relentless Rats, Quag Sickness, Thorn of the Black Rose, Dusk Legion Zealot, and 2 Swamps. My friend Luke keeps a hand with Selfless Cathar, Flamespeaker's Will, Messenger's Speed, Expedite, Sheer Drop, Windscarred Crag, and a Plains. I do have to make an apology that when I came to play Thorn of the Black Rose, I missed quite a few of the Monarch triggers handing it over to Luke when he hits me for combat damage. So much so that it might have made a difference on the outcome of the game, so I do apologise in advance, and it annoys me just as much as it's annoying you, I'm sure. But without further ado, let's get on to the game. We both have fairly simplistic turn 1s, with me playing a Swamp and Luke playing a Windscarred Crag, gaining 1 life. My second turn I play a Swamp, tap 2 to play Dusk Legion Zealot, and draw a card and lose 1 life. Passing back to Luke, who plays a Mountain and then taps for his commander. I then play a third Swamp and play mine. Luke plays a Plains and taps it to play Selfless Cathar, and then taps a red for Flamespeaker's Will. Onto his commander, then swings in for 3 damage. I drop my 4th Swamp and tap out for Falconwrath Noble. Passing back to Luke, who plays another Plains, then declares attacks with his commander. I declare my Zealot as a blocker, but before damage, Luke casts Outnumbered, targeting my Noble. It dies, triggering itself and my commander, dealing 2 damage to Luke and giving 2 life to me. Then my creature dies, dealing 1 damage to Luke and gaining me 1 life. I have another Swamp, and I tap 2 to play Ravenous Rats, getting Luke to discard. Then I tap my remaining 3 to Quag Sickness' commander, killing him. Luke hesitantly taps down all of his mana to recast his commander. I cast Thorn of the Black Rose, making me the Monarch. Yes, Queen. I then tap 2 to cast Quasi-Sadist. As it comes in, I exploit my rats, which triggers my commander, dealing 1 and gaining 1. Then because I exploited a creature, he loses a further 2 and I gain 2. I then draw a card in the end step because I am the king. Luke plays a Plains, then casts Mortal Obstinacy on his commander. He goes into the red zone, declaring his commander as an attacker. I throw my Sadist in front of it, which dies, triggering my commander. I tap 3 for Nantuko Husk, then cast Fortuitous Find, returning Falconwrath Noble. I go to my end step, draw and pass. Luke plays a Plains, then taps said Plains and a Mountain to cast Tormenting Voice, drawing 2 cards. He taps a red and a white for Warmind Infantry. He declares his commander as an attacker, which I block with my Thorn of the Black Rose. They both die, which triggers my commander once. I cast Duress, then can't decide what to take.
We're gonna get rid of that. Okay.
I then recast my Falconwrath Noble. Luke taps all his mana to recast his commander for a 3rd time. In my turn I tap 1 for Wayfarer's Bauble, then pay 2 to crack it, looking for another Swamp. I then cast Grave Purge, putting Thorn of the Black Rose and Dusk Legion Zealot on top, drawing Dusk Legion Zealot, and then drawing Thorn of the Black Rose off the Monarch trigger. Luke taps 1 white, casts Suntail Hawk. He then taps a white and a red to cast Angelic Gift on his commander, giving it flying and drawing a card. He swings in for 5 damage, putting me on 29 life and 6 commander. I recast my Dusk Legion Zealot, drawing a card and losing a life. And then I sacrifice it to Altar's Reap to draw 2 more cards. I then cast Thorn of the Black Rose again. I swing in with Falconwrath Noble, putting him to 19 life. Luke casts Pacifism on my Falconwrath Noble, and then puts Ethereal Armor on his infantry. He swings in with his Hoppolite, Infantry and Suntail Hawk, which is quite a bit of damage. I block the infantry with my Thorn of the Black Rose, so they trade. Before damage, Luke casts Mortal's Ardor, giving his commander +1/+1 and lifelink. I take 4 commander damage, he gains 4 life. Both of our creatures die, and he loses 3 life, and I gain 3 life because of triggers. I tap 5 to cast everyone's favourite Gary, draining him for 5 and gaining 5. I then cast Memphitic Vapors, giving everything -1/-1 and surveilling 2. This kills 2 of his creatures and my commander. I look at the top 2 cards and put both of them to my graveyard. I then swing in with Nantuko Husk and Gary, which is cheating because he's got Summoning Sickness. Luke plays a Court Street Denizen. then swings in with his commander for 2 damage. I cast Windgrace Acolyte, self-milling 3 and gaining 3. Then recast my commander, and declare the Husk and Gary as attackers, which Luke doesn't block.
In which case, we're going to sacrifice all 3 of these creatures to Nantuko has to give it +6/+6 until end of turn.
GG.
GG.
Luke is obviously super happy about this. I enjoyed this game quite a bit, but I think that's partly because my deck really did what it wanted to do. I got my aristocrats and recursion effects on pretty quickly, and once that gets going, no amount of removal can really stop the deck. I also drew into quite a lot of my removal to deal with his commander, which was, of course, very useful. I think Luke really suffered from just not drawing any removal or ways to get his damage through early, and once I had stabilised, there was just no way to come back from it. I do want to apologise once again for cheating so horrendously with the Monarch triggers and attacking him with the Summoning Sickness Gary. I don't think it would have had too much of an effect, but we can never know, really. And that wraps up another game. I am hoping to get more into this, but I do have deadlines coming up, so I'm not sure how possible that will be. But I'm looking to invest in some of my Pauper Commander decks and actually make them good rather than just cards that I've chucked together, so hopefully that will lead to some better gameplay. The deck lists will be down in the description below, so go check out how crappy they are, but, you know, enjoy. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.